Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Myers Mega Fictional Musings. So this video is the best chapter tag video, and this was done by chief editor of coronaselms.press, Rick Harsch. I want to say a few weeks ago, a month ago or so. I immediately loved the idea and started thinking about which various books I love and sections and chapters that I love. So his favorite was Lee Shore from Moby Dick, which was kind of funny because I have been reading Moby Dick for the last month or so. And I really loved his reading and take on that. And I thought initially that, hey, I could just read another one of the magnificent chapters from Moby Dick that I connected with. But it's like, that'd be kind of lame, I think. So I also was thinking about doing The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera, a favorite of mine. Would have been perfect length to do a reading from that magnificent novel, from some sections I love there. But as it turns out, my colleague is borrowing that. Hopefully she's liking it, but I don't have that currently. So what I decided to do today, now call it a cop-out or whatever, because I just recently read this short story, which I'm gonna do for the best chapter tag here, because it's utterly magnificent. And a little bit of context, if you don't mind, first. I recently read The Peterson Kid from this short story collection by William Gass, and I was let down by it. In fact, I didn't even finish it. But last night, when I was reading Moby Dick, and I wanted to take a break from that, Gass was calling out to me again. So I decided to pick up In the Heart of the Country and read the title story from that. And it's incredible. Incredible short story, and I want to read a short chapter from that today. So yeah, so for as much of a disappointment as The Peterson Kid was, this story is much more akin to what I love about William Gass from The Tunnel from Middle Sea, which is trademark William Gass, an engrossing sense of time and place, beautiful and poetic language with elements of both despair and beauty. So like his novels, there's also a narrator in this short story that sort of, I guess, provides an account of things. And it's almost like, it's a very casual type of stream of consciousness narrative, in my opinion. So, and also like The Tunnel, I love the way in this short story how Gass organizes his text and entitles his chapters. So this particular one is called My House, My Cat, My Company, from In the Heart of the Country by William Gass. And so first, I just want to illustrate before I go my, I guess, slight reluctance with reading chapters out loud, just given the fact that the experience of reading William Gass relies heavily on how the reader, I guess, hears or experiences his language personally, right? If that makes any kind of sense. So I'm going to try my best with the language, and hopefully you guys get something out of this. So this is called My House, My Cat, My Company. And it's magnificent. I must organize myself. I must, as they say, pull myself together. Dump this cat from my lap. Stir, yes, resolve, move, do. But do what? My will is like the rosy dust-like light in this room. Soft, diffuse, and gently comforting. It lets me do anything, nothing. My ears hear what they happen to. I eat what's put before me. My eyes see what blunders into them. My thoughts are not thoughts, they are dreams. I'm empty or I'm full, depending. And I cannot choose. I sink my claws in Tick's fur and scratch the bones of his back until his rear rises amorously. Mr. Tick, I murmur, I must organize myself. I must pull myself together. And Mr. Tick rolls over on his belly, all ooze. I spill Mr. Tick when I've rubbed his stomach. Shoo! He steps away slowly, his long tail rhyming with his paws. How beautiful he moves, I think. How beautifully, like you. He commands his loving, how beautifully he accepts. So I rise and wander from room to room, up and down, gazing through most of my 41 windows. How well this house receives its loving too. Let out like Mr. Tick, my eyes sink into shrubbery. I am not here. I've passed the glass, past second-story spaces, flown by branches, brilliant berries to the ground, grass high in seed and leafage every season, and it is the same as when I passed above you in my aged, ardent body. It's, in short, a kind of love, and I am learning to restore myself, my house, my body, by paying court to gardens, cats, and running water, and with neighbors keeping company. Mrs. Desmond is my right-hand friend. She's 85. A thin, white mist of hair, fine and tangled, manifests the climate of her mind. She is habitually suspicious, fretful, nervous. Burglars break in at noon. Children trespass. Even now they are shaking the pear tree, stealing rhubarb, denting lawn. Flies caught in the screens and numbed by frost awaken the heat to buzz and scrape the metal cloth and frighten her, though she is deaf to me, and consequently cannot hear them. Boards creak, the wind whistles across the chimney mouth, drafts cruise like fish through the hollow rooms. It is herself she hears, her own flesh failing, for only death will preserve her from those daily chores she climbs like stairs, and all that anxious waiting. Is it now, she wonders? No? Then, is it now? We do not converse. She visits me to talk, my task to murmur. She talks about her grandsons, her daughter, who lives in Delphi, her sister or her husband, both gone, obscure friends, dead, obscure aunts and uncles, lost, ancient neighbors, members of her church or of her clubs, past or passing on, and in this way she brings the ends of her life together with a terrifying rush. She is a girl, a wife, a mother, widow, all at once. All at once, appalling, but I believe it. I wince in expectation of the clap. Her talk's a fence, a shade drawn, window fastened, door that's locked, for no one dies taking tea in a kitchen. And as her years compress and begin to jumble, I really believe in the brevity of life. I sweat in my wonder. Death is the dog down the street, the angry gander, bedroom spider, goblin who's come to get her. And it occurs to me that in my listening posture, I am the boy who suffered the winds of my grandfather with an exactly similar politeness. That I am, right now, all my ages, out in elbows, as angular as badly stacked cards. Thus when loved by you, every man I could be, youth and child, far from enough. And you, so strangely ambiguous a being, met me, heart for spade, play after play, the whole run of our suits. Mr. Tick, you do me honor. You not only lie in my lap, but you remain alive there, coiled like a fetus. Through your deep nap, I feel you hum. You are and are not a machine. You are alive exactly, and it means nothing to you, much to me. You are a cat. You cannot understand. You are a cat so easily. Your nature is not something you must rise to. You, not I, live in house, in skin, in shrubbery. Yes, I think I shall hat my head with a steeple, turn church, devour people. Mr. Tick, though, has a tail he can twitch. He need not fly his fancy. Claws, not metrical schema, poetry his paws, while smoothing roughly, his tongue laps its neatness. Oh, Mr. Tick, I know you. You are an electrical penis. Go on now, shoo. Mrs. Desmond doesn't like you. She thinks you will tangle yourself in her legs, and she will fall. You murder her birds, she knows, and walk upon her roof with death in your jaws. I must gather myself together for a bound. What age is it I'm at right now, I wonder? The heart, don't they always say, keeps the true time. Mrs. Desmond is knocking. Faintly, you'd think, but she pounds. She's brought me a cucumber. I believe she believes I'm a woman. Come in, Mrs. Desmond. Thank you. Be my company. It looks lovely, and have tea. I'll slice it, crisp, with cream, for luncheon, each slice as thin as me. Thank you for listening. So in short, I am very pleased I decided to get back to William Gass, and I've only got the one other one in this book to read, which is, I think it's called Icicles. It's great, great stuff. Thanks for listening. Cheers.